going back to your cutoff?
Hello.
What's up, brother?
Brother!
What's up, brother?
Brother! That's a thing now.
That is...
It's very much a thing. How's your day?
Long.
They do be sometimes.
That's pretty much it. And then I worked all day. Came home and worked some more. And now I'm here, working some more.
Working some more. So that's really all we ever do.
Yeah.
It's just work. We're on that grind. We're on that grind 24/7.
Yeah.
You got to stay on that grind.
You either got to grind or be a trust fund, baby.
I don't want to grind anymore, though.
No, I'm done.
I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sick of the grind.
You don't even know the grind. Back in my day.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, no, I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to do anything anymore.
Me either. Why couldn't I be a Nepo baby?
So like, comment, subscribe so we don't have to work anymore. I got to throw a little bit of a cringe in there in the beginning of every episode.
Fair enough. But yeah, dude. Really
The
all...
grind. So do you think that like the people that say that they're like self-made millionaires are actually self-made millionaires? I mean, obviously there's some to an extent, but like, what do you consider a self-made millionaire? Because, okay, I'll just leave it at that. Like, what do you... Yeah, like, what do you...
What do I
think-
consider like a
yeah,
self-made
what do you
millionaire?
think an actual like self-made is?
I would say like anybody, like any millionaire or like billionaire, I guess.
Well, if they're a billionaire, they're millionaires.
I know, that's why I included them. But any like millionaire or billionaire or whatever, they kind of like, I guess,
It's like a rocket ship.
I guess like didn't have anything like handed to them, kind of got at, kind of like, I don't know how I'm trying to word it, kind of like built themselves up from the ground. Because like everybody needs help along the way with like whatever they're doing. Like everybody obviously is going to have help, whether it's like our management team, whether it's like being a part of like a management team and like helping that person get to where they want to be, or like, you know, I think it's just somebody that like wasn't like gifted or like handed money to like get there. You know what I mean? Like somebody who wasn't like, oh yeah, my dad gave me like $250,000 to start off and now I'm a millionaire. You're already a quarter of the way there,
Yeah,
in a sense.
but just to play devil's advocate, you could just go to, I mean, not you can't just go, but like you can just go to the bank and get a loan also. Obviously that $250,000 that you just got is probably an interest-free loan,
Yeah.
but you also have to turn that into $1 million. Like, it's like, yeah, you're a quarter of the way there, but you have to still work to do that. Or you can go to the bank and get a loan and turn that into $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, so what is, like, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Like, what do, like, I don't understand why people say that those people don't deserve to be millionaires or like successful because like their parents give them money or like whatever.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely that's like work that's put into it for sure. But I just think that like, I don't know. I don't think that you should be able to like label yourself as like a self-made millionaire if you had like kind of like I had said, like I know you said you could like go to the bank or whatever and get that loan, but like you're already, if you are given like an insane amount of money to start out, like that's way bigger and way, I guess, easier. I don't know if I would say easier, but like I think it's way easier to get to $1 million. I mean, if you have $250,000 to start out, you know what I mean? Like, so I would say like somebody that built themselves up from like nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tough because, like you said, I'm not saying that I don't think that I'm not saying that they don't deserve to be successful. I just think that they have it way easier, and it's way easier to, like, say, like you're starting a company. Like, if you're starting a company from like absolute scratch, like you have nothing, and you're just using the money like that's in your like bank account to fund this, and you're using like your 9 to 5 or whatever to fund the business that you're trying to run, and you're trying to turn that business into your career while you're working like your actual 9 to 5, I think that it's like obviously way harder than if you were given $250,000 and you're like, here, and like I said with your dad, like if your dad gave you that money and your dad just like, here, go ahead, start your business. You now have $250,000 more dollars than the person that's like using their 9 to 5 to fund the business.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
What would you consider a self-made millionaire?
Anybody that wasn't just given $1 million. Like it's like I know it's very like a very like vague answer, but like even like, dude, even like the Kardashians, I don't understand why people hate on them so much.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Kardashians, but
Like, yeah, but like Kylie built up her makeup brand.
see, but they had she had a ton of money to be able to build that makeup brand up.
But she still put that work in.
No, yeah, I'm not
with
saying
the money that she had.
No,
where
yeah.
she could have also, and like, yeah, she has the following, blah 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 blah, but she could have taken out a business loan and started up a business that way. It might not have been as successful because she already had that success, but even if it was grown into a successful business, it's the same thing as her. It's now just a bigger business than what it would have been. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but kind of like you said, she had the following, she had the money, so like she already had a bunch of like fans that, of course, they're gonna buy her stuff because they're big fans. So,
And that's another thing. Like, I don't understand why people hate on like parents for giving their kids money. Like, isn't that the point? Like, aren't you trying to set your kids up for success? Like, aren't you trying to have them or to give them the edge that they need to succeed? Like, I get it if you're constantly giving like Billy $100,000 and he's blowing it on cars and like blow, but
yeah.
like if you're like, hey, like I'm gonna start up like a college fund for you, and then if you don't go to college, like you have to use it to start a business, or you have to use it for you have to have your money make you money. Like, isn't that the point of being a parent?
No, like I agreed on that point that like kind of like you said, I don't understand why people hate on like parents giving their children money, but it's also like you said, like I can't stand when like parents give their kids money and then like their kid does like nothing with their life. Or like for example, like somebody that's going to college, say they're going to like, I don't know what's an expensive college, like a mad expensive college.
Notre Dame, it's like
Yeah.
$65,000
Okay.
a year.
We'll say Notre Dame and say like their parents are paying for their tuition. Like, okay, yeah, your parents are paying for your tuition. Like, I'm not going to knock you for that. But if you're just sitting there complaining about, oh my God, like my life is so hard. Like, obviously everybody has their own struggles. Everybody's going through their own thing. Like, I'm not saying that just because your parents are paying for your tuition that your life is like perfect and you have no struggles in life. But I'm just saying that like your roommate is like working like 60 hours a week just to be able to like get by, and you're sitting there like, oh my God, my life is so hard. Like my mom didn't even give me my $500 allowance this week.
See but that's way different than. I mean, I get your point. Yeah, that's just entitlement and just being a spoiled brat. But like, if you're given money to start up a business and then you use that money to start a business and you're successful, like you don't deserve any hate that you are receiving.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
agree.
that's the point of, like, if I was ever like a millionaire, like yes, I would have different accounts for my kids.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna be like, yeah, here's $5, good luck.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't get it. Like,
Or like those parents that are like, I struggled, so you have to struggle.
yeah, that's just toxic. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you are trying to, especially like with like today, and like it just being hard to survive in general.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the hate that they all get. I've never understood it. I never will understand, because you never hear, like, you only hear the hate that those people are getting. You aren't hearing the hate about the people who blow that money. You get what I'm saying? Like, you never really hear stories.
Because nobody knows who they are. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, nobody knows who they are because they haven't built themselves like a name.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
But I mean, most
people find things, like they look for things to hate.
Oh, yeah.
about for like no reason,
Oh yeah.
and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of hate, though, I just hate like the grind culture in general.
Yeah,
Like, especially with everything costing so much money now, and like wages have not kept up with like inflation, obviously. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't know, or those like the finance like bro influencers. Dude, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about like how I hate the grind culture.
yeah. Well, I don't know if this is like off topic, but I blame the American school system for that. 100%. Like it is 1,000% the school system's fault that America's in the debt that they're in. That the American people are in the debt that they're in. It's a government's fault that America's in the debt that America's in, but like they don't teach financial literacy in school. They don't
No.
teach you how to invest. They just say like, yeah, go to college and take out all this debt so you can make $60,000 a year while we raise the price of everything, and
Yep.
that's it. And then
Yep.
you're not actually making that money because now you have an $800 a month student loan payment for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and you pay like $65,000 over the course of a year that you owe like $70,000 on. Or did I just say a year over the
I
course
don't know
of a
what
year?
you said.
You pay like $65,000 toward the $70,000 loan that you took out over the course of like, I don't know, say like 10 or 15 years. And then you look at how much you owe, and somehow you owe more than you started with.
Because nobody ever taught you how interest works.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like it all comes down to the school system.
I feel like it's that, and like just corporations just absolutely taking advantage of like the fact that people don't really know about like interest and
Well,
like
yeah.
stuff like that. So I definitely feel like it's corporations that have.
But again, just play devil's advocate. Those corporations wouldn't be able to do that if the schools taught you how interest and loans worked in general. Because if you're 18 and you understand, you're like, I'm not taking out a $65,000 loan that the interest just accrues on itself from day one, and I have 4 years until I have to start paying. So that's 4 years where the interest is accruing on that loan.
Yep.
And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to Chad's like frat house today. Like you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And all that money it's just stupid. It's just, they don't teach you anything.
I love how we're like advocating for like increasing like the school system. In like 2 episodes ago, we were like, drop out of college right now.
But that's why, like, either teach people how to survive or don't go to school. That's my saying of the day.
Okay, that made no sense.
No, but like, yes, school's stupid, but it's because they don't teach you anything that you need to know.
yeah,
like-
dog, I've been out of college for over a year now. I have not used a single thing that I learned, even in like high school. Like, when am I going to use like the Pythagorean theorem?
See, I no, I use it like every day.
Oh, well, you're a carpenter. I'm never going to be a carpenter, so.
But that's another thing. Like, they look down on trades so much.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, but that's because you don't have, well, union trades, like
Yeah.
in Chicago especially, like, you don't have to take out a loan to go to trade school
Yeah.
through the union. And that's why high schools don't push it, because all like the whole school system like is in bed together. Like they all know exactly what they're doing. Like they're not going to push you to not go to school out of high school.
Yeah.
Like, but you can make like a great living in the trades, and I mean, you learn like valuable skills. But that's another thing. Like trade school teaches you what you need to know for your specific trade.
Yeah.
College is like, yeah, you have to take 2 years of just random classes or you just can't graduate. Okay, you want to take pottery and you're a finance major? Yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah.
Counts toward an elective.
Yeah, like-
But then you're in your senior year and they're like, you can't take Econ 3 because it's full, so now you have to come back for another semester. Like, it's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Like, the whole system is screwed. All of it. I just think it's just a stupid system. We need to take, like, what's what I'm looking for? Not advice, but, like, See, English is an important class.
Clearly.
We need to take like just like notes from like other countries and like how they do things.
Yeah.
Because I think like prereqs are stupid
Yeah.
in general. Like if you're an English major, take English classes. Boom, done.
I mean, yeah, I think it's like it gives you like I feel like prereqs should be like, hey, if you want to take pottery, take it. If it's something that you're like, just to use it for an example, if it's something that you're like interested in taking, but it shouldn't be like, oh, all the other prereqs are taken up and all that's left is pottery. You have to take pottery
Yeah.
to meet your requirements for your finance major. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's just it doesn't like if you,
Like,
they,
they
should
should-
offer a million different classes.
they should kind of stand as like extracurriculars.
Yes, like you could take them. They shouldn't cost the same then.
No.
Like, and school shouldn't be 4 years. If you're taking 2 years of electives and your prereqs, and the other 2 years is just like laser focused on your major, why don't you just have to go for 2 years? Because if you take like English 4 in high school, which I mean around here especially, like you have to take 4 years of English.
Yeah.
You have to take 4 years of science and you have to take 4 years of math. So unless you test into it, you're pretty much jumping from a senior high school math class to a freshman college math class. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like my first college math class was like Algebra 1. I took that sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
So I'm just retaking the same class at like 5 times the price.
Yep.
And it's stupid. It's just
I also think that I don't think that somebody's like intelligence or how smart they are should be based on like their test scores.
No,
I think that's
100%.
the stupidest thing
100%.
because it's like so many people have like test taking anxiety. Like I could sit here for like 45 hours and study something and then go take a test and just forget it all the second the test starts. That was all. That was it.
Oh, I thought you said I was gonna say
No.
something else. But that I was just gonna say, like, the classes that I do the best in, I mean, are obviously the ones that I like because I'm not gonna sit through a class with a boring class with a boring teacher and just waste my time because I'm not gonna learn anything. But the classes that I got the best grades in, dude, I studied like 5 minutes before.
Yep.
And then I just went in. I was like, oh yeah, this is what this said. This is what this said. Like I didn't study. I just memorized the answers.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like they push so hard in high school for those standard, like the state testing, because then they get like money back and like as if your testing scores are higher, you get like ranked higher as a school. Like,
Yeah.
and that's all they care. They don't care about you.
No.
Like they literally don't. They couldn't care less about the students or any of it.
No.
The teachers care more than the school, and it's so sad because
Yeah.
the superintendent for like one of the school districts around here makes like $280,000 a year, and like the average teacher makes like, I don't even know if the average is like 50.
I don't think it is.
I mean, it might be.
It might be, but I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it's insane because I feel like a lot of, I mean, I don't think it's all teachers, but I think most teachers go into teaching because they want to like better the future and like help these kids like actually make like a future for themselves. And like you said, like they don't care.
No.
They just want their money. They just want their tuition money.
Yeah, that's all. That's literally all they care about. And it's like, that's why I hate like the private school sector in general, because you have to pay for everything. The teacher's salary is trash. And you can come out of a Catholic school, private school, whatever you want to call it, or you can come out of a public school and you learned the same things.
Yeah.
But one was basically free and the other one was like $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
And then
It's like you're paying like $12,000 a year to take a religion class, essentially.
that's what, yeah, exactly. And like for our high school, because we both went to the same high school, you had to take 4 years of religion.
Yeah.
And you literally learn nothing.
Nothing.
Which is, again, with like Catholic schools and stuff, like they don't offer what public schools offer.
No.
But they charge you literally like 10 to 12 grand a year. And then they're like, oh, well, our test scores are higher. So now we can have like a higher tuition because now we're considered a better school.
Yep.
It's just stupid. The whole thing is just stupid.
Yeah.
The education system is so like asinine and just everything about it just gets me going. Like I hate it so
I could tell.
much. It's
I could
so
tell.
stupid.
I could tell. Got a little off topic there.
A little bit.
Started with the grind culture, and then we just sat there and just tore the American school system to shreds.
Because it's stupid.
But it was getting a little too serious for me too. You were getting a little heated there.
Because it's stupid.
Anyways, the grind culture. Back to the grind culture. I've been on that grind culture, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I don't know what you're saying. Because you look like melted ice cream.
Anywho, you be going to the gym?
Should I be or do I be?
Do you be?
Do I be? Not as much as I would like.
Dude, I hate the gym.
I do too. Everything about it.
Dude, I can't stand it. Like,
I feel like everybody's gonna think that I'm just like a very hateful person.
you are. You literally are.
I hate the gym. I hate the school system.
Anybody-
I hate America.
Anybody that actually knows you knows that you literally are just fueled by pure hatred.
I'm just a realist. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. But no, dude, like I hate the gym. It like takes me so much to like physically go to the gym. And then once I'm there, I don't like enjoy being there. Like it don't do that.
Sorry.
I
I didn't think he was gonna pick that up.
like I used to really enjoy it as like a hobby, but now I can't stand it, especially with like all like back to like the influencers, like the gym influencers that like set up their camera in a public gym and then they're like, "Hey bro, like don't walk in my camera.
Yeah, and
I'm
they're
trying
like,
to bench this one plate."
yeah, and they set the camera up all the way on the other side of the gym instead of like right in front.
And
of
they're
where
like this
working
tiny
out.
on the
Yeah.
screen.
Like you can't do that. Like you can't get mad at people for like you both pay the same amount. And again, I know every single like gym influencer says this, but then they go and do it. But they all complain about it. But like you all pay the same amount. It's a public space. You can't set up a camera and then be mad that somebody is working out.
Yeah.
Like it's just like that is another thing with like the entitlement.
Yeah.
Like I feel like influencers in general, like the entitlement level is just sky high.
Oh yeah.
Like that is not, I don't even know how to say it. Like I literally don't even know how to say what I think like what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down?
No, I kind of dropped it on the way
Oh.
down. But anywho.
Anyway, never mind.
but no-
Scratch that.
But
Disregard everything I just said.
but no, like one thing that I really do hate is like when like jacked dudes are like, "Oh, I don't want overweight people in my gym. Like that's gross." And then like if they don't go to the gym,
I
they're
know.
like, "Get in the gym." Make up your mind,
Yeah, you
dog.
can't
Do you
have
want them to go to the
both.
gym or not?
Like just because you're on like
every single
was
steroid
just
that's on
about
the
to-
planet.
yeah, and you don't even work out, and you have like a Greek god physique.
Yeah.
you have like 2% body fat all year round.
Yeah.
That's not sustainable at all. But yeah, you can't have both. Like you can't complain. Like, dude, I get happy when I see like bigger people at the gym because I'm like they're trying, like they're like they're doing good for themselves, like they're helping themselves. That's another thing. Like a lot of these people, I feel like they don't help themselves. They just expect everything. Like influencers in general.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that
100%.
ties in with like the entitlement and everything.
Oh, 100%.
But
I saw a video recently that some dude was getting like flamed for, rightfully so. It was like an influencer, and he was like, "Yeah, I realized that like, don't quote me because like it's not exact like word for word, but he was just like, yeah, I realized that like really the money on the internet really like it's not as much as like you would think it is. Like I put out a TikTok that took me like an hour to make, and it only paid me $4,000." You just made $4,000 in an hour of work, and it's not worth it.
I know, dude.
What?
It's just like because people don't want to work. Like they say, like I'm on the grind culture. Like grind, you got to keep grinding, but then they don't want to do anything.
I also think that whole Like nobody wants to work these days. That gets me going, bro. That gets me so angry.
No, people just don't want to work for peanuts.
Exactly.
Like, that's
exactly.
all it is.
Like, no, sorry, Grandpa. I don't want to work 60 hours and have a $125 check at the end of the week.
I know. It's yeah. We get that a lot, like in the trades and stuff. Like, this newer generation doesn't want to be in the trade.
Oh yeah, because it's all old heads.
I know, dude. Like, just retire. Like, please. Nobody wants you here.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the day that like I actually see one like in the wild, like it's a
Influencers in the wild.
Pokemon, like it's a fucking Pokemon.
Throw a tennis ball at them.
But no, because like people are saying that like Chicago is becoming like the new like LA and New York with like influencers, and I'm just waiting for. I really want to see one like in the wild. Like I don't know why.
That's more of like your thing because I don't really keep up with them. Like I know like New York and LA are big into it, but I did not know that like.
I mean, I've just heard like that.
I mean, I could see it,
but I heard like everybody was just like, if you were to actually like Chicago is not LA and it's not New York,
not at all.
Like
Chicago's weird.
It's just not like, I don't know. I guess like, hey, don't do that.
Sorry.
I guess it's not just like.
All right, we're back.
Okay. Okay.
Continue.
Okay. Thank you. We're just not as like, I guess, aesthetic as like LA is. And I saw
As what?
Aesthetic as
Okay.
LA. I said it weird the first
You
time.
did.
I was hoping we were just gonna cruise past that.
No, I caught it. Shelik.
But no, it's like I saw some dude that was like, yeah, you're gonna move to Chicago and become an influencer. You're gonna ride the red line one time and you're gonna want to leave.
Dude.
Because it's so true, dude.
It is.
I do my best to stay away from the red line.
The red line's scary.
The red line is so scary.
So like all times of the day.
I saw some dude on the red line one time just carrying a vacuum.
I believe it.
Like just like carrying a vacuum.
I 100% believe it. That's just a normal day.
And I'm not
That's
talking like I'm not talking like a shop vac or like one that you like put on your like a full like
a Dyson.
like a Dyson, bro. He was just carrying it and he was just sitting there like transporting this vacuum.
Yeah, dude. Just public transportation around here is just so weird.
It
That's the
is.
only way I can describe it. It's just weird.
It's very weird.
Like you'll literally have like a CEO like on the red line going to work.
Like big billionaire boy.
Yeah, like because all 18 of his like M5 competitions are in the shop right now, so he's got to take the CTA, like
Yeah.
whatever. And right next to him, you got like Pigeon Bob, who's sitting there talking to his birds that he caught on the tracks. Like it's,
Literally.
and they're just minding their own business.
Yep.
Like nobody really bothers each other. Like,
Yep.
like they ask for money, but like other than that, that's it. I mean, we got offered drugs once, and we were just like, "No, we're good, dude." And he's like, "All right, bet." And then he went on to the next train.
Yep.
Like it's not. It's just weird.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
just
definitely-
a weird thing.
I've never been to New York or LA. I don't really have an interest in going
Oh,
to
God,
LA.
no, neither.
I would go to New York just to
No,
say I visited,
uh-uh.
but
No,
I don't
thank
have an
you.
interest in going to
I don't even like it here.
I don't have an interest
I
in
hate
going
it
to
here.
LA.
Like, I hate everything else.
We know. We've been over this. You're a very hateful person. But I have no interest in going to LA, but it's just not like LA or New York, like at all. Like influencer wise, I guess you could say, like it's just not. Like LA is like influencer land. Like that's where everybody moves once they get big.
Yeah, I have a friend who moved out there because his boyfriend had his like doctor stuff.
Gay?
Gay. Gay. But no, he moved out there, and he's like, dude, it's just so busy all the time because literally no one works.
Yeah.
Like not a single person has a job.
Because everybody's like job is like on their phone.
Yeah. And even he said, he's like, I don't even like going outside.
Yep.
And he grew up here his whole life, and he's just like, I hate it in LA.
Yeah.
He's like, I'd move back to Chicago any day.
Yeah, I would never. Even if this were to like take off, like this podcast were to take off and we were to like get big, I would never even consider moving to LA.
No, not even close.
Like
Not even like close to LA. Like I don't even want to move to California. I hate the state of California.
But anyway, like talking about like influencers and stuff. I need a new co-host. Please apply.
Me too.
Just like the management team, like we said last episode, please apply.
Yeah, we got roasted for that.
But no, one thing that I do like seeing with like some influencers is how they bring like their parents or like their grandparents into their videos. And it's like, how do I want to word it? Or like, what am I trying to say?
Like how they like incorporate different generations
Kind of, yeah.
of people.
Kind of, yeah. And it's like, it's just funny to see, because like somebody will bring their grandma in and they'll be like, "What are you doing, sweetie? Making a tic tac?"
Oh, they have no idea
They
what's going
have
on.
no idea what's going on. I just think it's so funny.
Yeah, those ones are like those are the videos that I find funny. Is like when they incorporate like their kids or their parents or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just because then you just get to see like the different generations and like how they like think about things, like what they like their ideas about things are, and like I don't know. I think it's just cool that everybody gets incorporated into it because there's like one, and I'm sure like they're pretty famous or whatever, but like they have like 10 kids. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly who
And
you're
they
talking
like
about.
line up all their kids.
I know
and
exactly
then
who you're
there's
talking
one
about.
kid who always just gives like the most out of pocket answers.
I know
and
exactly
it's
who you're
just
talking
the
about.
funniest thing.
Yeah.
Like they asked them one time, they had all their kids lined up, and they're like, "Oh, like what do you find? Like what are you most scared about? Like when you grow up?" Not, dude, kid didn't even miss a beat. He's like, they're like, "What are you most scared about when you grow up?" He's like, "Women." Like, buddy, me too. Dude, it's just so funny. Like little kids are hilarious.
Dude, little kids have no fucking filter. Like, it's insane, bro. If you are ever told that you look like a piece of gut, like if you put on like an outfit and
they
like
tell you
your
like
little
Grimace?
and like your little cousin tells you that you look like Grimace, you look like Grimace.
Yeah,
You need to go change
right now.
You need to change because they're being dead serious and they will not lie to you. If you're ever looking for an honest opinion from someone, ask like a little
6 or under.
sibling. Yes, ask a little sibling, a little cousin, because they'll tell you if you look like a fucking idiot or not.
And they'll roast you about it.
oh yeah,
Like,
they won't
don't
be
care.
nice. They won't be nice, but you need to hear it.
Like they will just straight up be like, "You look stupid."
And it's
Like-
it's so funny though, but yeah, dude, they don't care.
No,
They're
dude, like
yeah.
just some of the stuff little kids say. Like I don't know where they come up with it from, but it's just like it's always so out of pocket. Everything
It is.
everything that they do, everything that they say, like they'll be in kindergarten, like they'll be just like chewing on crayons,
Yeah.
and like eating glue, and then the next second, like, dude, they're figuring out like your taxes.
Oh
They're
yeah.
like, yeah, mom, why don't you just do this, you moron?
Yeah.
And then you're like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
Yeah, dude, they truly have like no filter.
But like, I would rather have, but they have no filter in like a funny way.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have like little kids like on like the podcast, like on a video or whatever, rather than like the older generation. 'Cause,
So would
like,
I.
they're so stuck in their ways.
100%. Yes.
And it's like that at work, like back to the whole like trade school
Yeah.
thing and everything about how like nobody wants to work, this and that.
Yeah.
Well, like, no, dude, like people have lives. Like they want to prioritize like their lives more than they do their job.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, especially like we were saying earlier, like with everything and like, dude, no matter how much you work, like the majority of it's going to taxes anyways.
Yep.
So it's like whatever.
Plus, it's like with a 9 to 5, it's not unless you work from like home, but like it's not a 9 to 5.
Bro, it ain't 9 to 5.
It's not a 9 to 5. Like your entire day is work.
I work 6 to 2:30.
Yeah.
I have to get up at 4, and a lot of the time I don't even get home till like 3:30.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you work a 9 to 5 and you have like a commute, say to the city, you commute to the city, and it's a 9 to 5. You're getting up, depending on where you live, probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock to get ready, make your lunch, head out the house. and then you leave, and if you're in the city and you live in like the suburbs, you're not getting home for like another hour and hour and a half. Dude, you just woke up at 7 and got home at 7.
Or you work a 9 to 5, you get up at 8:30, you live 45 minutes away, and you still figure out how to get there 15 minutes early. Like, you're either one of those two people. You either get up like 3 hours ahead of time or like 6 minutes before you start.
Yeah.
But yes, your whole day is to like you're working.
But yeah, no, and like you said with like the older generations, like I just don't feel, because they're kind of like, they are kind of also part of like the grind culture to a certain extent.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
Where it's like back in my day, I worked.
And now you hate your life
Exactly.
and you can't walk and you're only
Exactly.
like 50.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like a 9 to 5, like you're not just working 8 hours. Like you are knocking out like 12 hours of your day.
And see, that's like, especially like in the trades, and that's all I can really go on because like that's
Yeah.
what I know.
Yeah.
But again, that's what they know, and like that's how they were taught. And now they're slow. They are like people say that they're not, but like they slowly are starting to come around. Like, dude, there's a lot of guys that I work with, not that I work with, but that like I see on job sites and stuff, and like, dude, they can't be older than like 50. They all have knee problems and back problems, and they like, dude, like I'll get yelled at if I don't wear my knee pads.
Yeah.
But they used to get yelled at for wearing knee pads, like,
Yeah.
or for wearing their hard hats or safety glasses, like whatever, like their PPE that they're supposed to wear. Like they're like, man, I should have done that. And now they're like teaching us, like,
Well,
so there's a lot that, like, it sounds like we're hating on them, but it's just like,
kind of, yeah.
well, you kind of are, but seeing both sides, like, I get where they're coming from, because like if that's all you know, that's all you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if that's all you know and you also know that it's not right, yes, you should pass that along and be like, no, you're an idiot. Like, wear your PPE so you don't lose an eye.
I kind of feel like that, like the PPE thing is kind of part of like the whole like, oh, don't wear a hard hat, be a man.
Oh, yeah.
Get a concussion. Like, no,
That
dog.
guy's funny, yeah.
Like, I don't want CTE.
yeah, no,
like-
like. But that's also another funny thing is, like, they're so strict on, like, the safety now and, like, everything that some of it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're, like, cutting something on, like, a table saw or, like, if you're using any machinery,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to wear gloves
Really?
because your gloves can get caught and then they pull your hand in.
Oh,
Like, if I nick my finger on, like, a table saw, I can pull it away.
yeah.
But if I have a glove on
It's
and
gonna
that
take
blade
your whole
catches
hand.
it brings it in.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are like, no, you have to wear gloves like while you're on a table saw. You
Yeah.
have to wear gloves like while you're on
Yeah.
like a roll, like a feed roller. Like, no, because I don't want to lose my hand. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a lot of it is just they just do it because again they have to. They don't really care if you wear it or not for the most part, but they have to because it brings their insurance rates down.
There was one time when I was at, I used to work at a grocery store, and what are they called? You know the things that like, I don't remember what they're called, but you know the things that like lift up the
pallet
pallets?
jacks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, pallet jacks. Dude, I smashed my foot in between like a pallet and a pallet jack, and I had to wear steel toes. Smashed my foot right behind the steel.
Always, every single
Like
time.
right where the steel ended on the round part of the steel. That's where I like smashed my foot.
Every time.
Dude, I like couldn't walk for like a week.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
That's another thing, dude. Steel toes, stupidest thing in the world. If something heavy enough falls on it, it dents the steel.
Into your foot.
Yes, and now you're gonna lose all your toes.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be something real heavy because, like,
I
but
mean,
still,
I get like the point of them. The
wear
point
composite.
behind like steel toe, but yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
And then they're cold in the winter, like,
Yeah.
and then you wear wool socks and your feet sweat, and now it's just a bad combination. But
Yep.
anyways,
Yeah.
getting off topic again, like we always do.
Tend to do that a lot.
But yeah, dude, like, I like, and actually, Dad told me this, like, when I first got in the trade. He's like, and this goes for, like, everybody, not to, like, be a dad right now, but, like, learn from everybody. Like, the people that do it wrong and the people that do it right,
Yeah.
because then you're going to learn how not to do it and you're going to learn how to do it. And, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of helped with, like, everything in life that you do. Like,
Yeah.
but it's just, like, it's funny working with them. And then, because I feel like I am especially, like, in the middle. Like we have kids coming in that are 18, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, they're 10.
And you're like
younger than
35
me.
now,
Bro,
so.
I'm getting there. I feel like I'm like 50 because everything hurts every waking second of my life.
Going back to the whole like wear your knee pads because your knees are gonna hurt.
Please wear your knee pads. But no, like, dude, I didn't wear mine today, and my knees are sore. Like,
Yeah, I bet they are.
um,
What you be doing on your knees?
don't worry about it. I just want to do my best work. But anyway,
Just like me for
it'll
real.
be like that. I get paid a lot more than you do, though. Anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying before you started talking about your gay jokes?
The part about that you feel like you're right in the middle.
Oh, yeah, because I have people that are like 10 years older than me, and they're almost 40. And then I have people that are 10 years younger than me, and they're almost 20. Literally, like, I'm like right in the middle, especially
Yeah.
like for the trades and stuff.
Yeah.
And like you see like these, dude, the new kids that are coming in, like they want to work. They want to be there or they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like we got to talk like when I was a first year apprentice. And it's like the number one way to keep a job is just show up. Like you're an apprentice, you're not expected to know anything.
Yeah.
So just show up. And then you think about it and you're like, why do they have to say that if kids nowadays don't want to work? Why are they saying that? You know what I mean? Because it has to have been the people before us that didn't want to work. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. Because,
Yeah.
like, kids today want to work, dude. Like, they want to be there. And they want to do a good job. Like, they're not just going to show up just to show up. Like, they're going to show up to learn and, like, work and everything. But they don't want to work for nothing. And I don't blame them because a lot of the old timers only worked 80 hours a week because they worked for nothing. And they didn't like, that's why, dude, that's why the majority of them are either divorced, drug addicts, or alcoholics.
Plus, it's like the older generations, like that was like good money for them.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was decent money
Yeah.
for them. Now it's like I said, I don't want to work 60 hours a week and have, like $120 check.
Yeah.
But it's like back then, like with the cost of everything, like they were making decent money.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I also feel like I feel like the older generation kind of like you said though, like I don't want to work for like peanuts. Like yesterday, for example, like I was at work yesterday, I had a table. Dude, they were like, it was 3 older white women, super high maintenance. Like
Yeah.
super high maintenance. And like they all ordered drinks. And they had me go back to the bar like 3 times before they would let me take their... Like, dude, my section is swamped. They had me go back to the bar like 3 times before they would let me take their order. Like, so I took their order, and apparently the way that the lady like said that she wanted her drink to be made, apparently that's not how she wanted it to be made. So I brought it to the table, and they're like, "Oh no, like I wanted it like in a martini." Okay, fine.
Man, then you should have ordered a martini.
Yeah. Because the way that she said it, she was like, "I want Tito's straight up."
That's just a glass of Tito's.
Exactly. See,
no ice, nothing.
so basically, essentially, a shot of
Yeah,
Tito's,
yeah.
right? See, that's
Or a
what I
cup.
thought. That's what I thought. No, she wanted a martini, because the way that you would order that is, could I have a Tito's martini up?
Pretty simple.
If you had just said martini from the beginning,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
So they had me run back to the bar and fix it. So I ran back to the bar and fixed it. Gave it back to them. And then they're like, "Oh, can we get some more olives?" Sure. So I ran back to the bar, got them olives, because I was like, "Oh, can
You
I
gotta bring,
like
like a 5-gallon bucket of olives?
dude," because I was like, "Can I get you guys like started on anything?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we'll bring her a drink first." Fine. Again, I'm swamped, dude. I have like 10 tables. So I run back to the bar for like a 3rd time, get their olives, and then I bring them back. They're like, "Okay, we can order now." all right,
See,
what?
that's when you're like, hang on, I gotta go to another table.
Yeah,
And you should have made them wait.
I should have, but I was like, okay, what can I get you? And of course, they shared everything, so I didn't even get any money out of them, and then
Of
they didn't
course.
really even leave me that much of a tip. That's what aggravates me, because then they're like, oh, you don't want to work. No, I don't want your $2 tip on a $50 bill.
Yeah. And that's another thing is like, I feel like they're very hypocritical when it comes to specifically work, because they're like, oh, like back in my day, but then at the same time they're like, yeah, work smarter, not harder. But then when you do work smarter instead of harder, whether it's physically working smarter rather than killing yourself at work,
Yeah.
whatever, they call you lazy.
Yep.
So it's like you got to pick one. Like you can't have both.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I can't even tell you how many older people probably, dude, it has to be, I'm a third year apprentice now. Dude, I probably could average like at least one a week. Somebody saying, why are you doing this? Go find a better career. But then they complain that nobody wants to be in the trades,
Yeah.
when every single one of them is just like telling you to leave.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't have both. Like you have to pick one.
Yeah.
You either, and then when they do get like new people in, they're like, "Oh, this kid's an idiot." Like, no, he's an apprentice. There's a difference.
You have to
Like,
teach him.
Yeah, you literally signed up for this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you probably bought your card, but you signed up for this. Like, you signed up to be the teacher of the future generation. Like, it's just, I feel like a lot of the time they just don't think before they speak.
Oh, 100%.
Like
yesterday, again, had a table, dropped a dessert. So I go to this table. They're done with their meal or whatever. I was like, do you guys want to do dessert? So like, we'll take a look. Or I think one of them said no, and then the other one was like, well, do you have a menu? We'll take a look. Sure. So I leave them a menu. And then like all of my tables are leaving at the exact same time because they're all going to a play. I don't even remember what it's called.
Shrek.
But no, Shrek's not in town right now.
That's whack. Anyways.
No, they're all going to play. So everybody's like checking out at the same time. So dude, I have like 4 or 5 of my tables handing me their card at the exact same time. I got to keep track of which cards for which bill.
Or you gotta throw them in a pile.
Dude, I'm walking to
One
check.
card pays for all of them.
I'm walking to check one of them out, and the table that I dropped the dessert menu off was like, "Excuse me, sir!" Like they're like yelling at me across the restaurant, and I look over, and they're like, "We'll take our check now." So I walk over and I give them their check, and they're like, "We were gonna do dessert, but you never came back." So you can yell at me about the check, but you can't like,
Yeah.
"Hey, like grab my attention real quick for a dessert." Like, did you even want a dessert, or do you just
No, they
want
just
to
wanna
complain?
complain. They
that
literally just wanna complain.
I know. Or I like, and then I had another one who ordered a salad and then an entree, and they were also going to the play, and they got their salad, and they're like, "Hey, can we just like make that entree to go because we don't want to have to like shove it down like our throats?" Like,
Well, maybe you
da-da-da-da.
should have got here earlier.
Either get here earlier or understand the concept of coursing things out because you ordered an
Yeah.
appetizer and then an entree. The appetizer is obviously going to come out before the entree comes out.
Anyways. Getting a little heated over
Dude,
there now.
oh, I
People are just stupid.
bro, there's truly at work nothing that I hate more than getting a table of old people that don't drink. Because old people that do drink, and they be running their bill up, which I'm cool with. Drink whatever you want. I don't care. It's running my bill up. Old people that don't drink, like, dude, the morning crowd, oh my God, they come in and it's like 3 old white women and they all have water and share one salad and they're tapped like $12.
Yeah.
And here I am getting a $2 tip on like, which like, yeah, that's, I mean, it's not even 20%, but regardless, it's a $12 bill, like a $2 tip. Sure. But like a 3-top and you spent $12 to split one salad.
Well, see, that goes into another like topic, I guess. Like, as a waiter or just somebody in the service industry, what do you expect as a tip? Because there's a lot of people that, yes, again, back to what we were talking about earlier with everything being so expensive. Why are you so sweaty?
Bro, I have such
Stop
sweaty
being
hands.
so sweaty,
We talked
weirdo.
about this last episode. If you watched the last episode, I have such sweaty hands. I really wonder if the camera's like picking up my handprints all over the table.
Bro, I'm picking up your handprints all over the table. There's like a glare off the table.
I know. There's so much sweat on that. I don't know.
nasty,
I swear to
boy.
God, dude, I have hyperhidrosis. Not to like self-diagnose.
That's a big word
but
for Elmo.
It is a massive word for Elmo.
Anyways,
But as you were,
I got rudely interrupted by your sweaty hands.
you literally stopped what you were doing and asked me, why are your hands so
Because
sweaty?
you're like,
You could have just kept going.
I could have, but you're a distraction. Anyways, I don't need. Oh yeah, tipping. So because there's a lot of people that like it how it used to be, like tip 20%. Okay, fine, but that's when a meal was like a decent price.
Yeah.
Not when a cheeseburger costs like $37 now. I mean, I get the whole like if you can afford to go out to eat, you can afford to tip. But do you still think that it should be every single time? It should be 20% or more? Because I feel like it kind of depends on the restaurant. Like I could go to obviously the quality of the food
Yeah.
and the service itself.
Yeah.
Not even the quality of the food because like the waiter didn't make the food.
Dude, I want to talk about that. Go ahead.
So I feel like everything should be based off of the service. So if you think about it, obviously like some random person who comes in doesn't know how you've done for the day, doesn't know like your table count, doesn't know any of that. Excuse me. If let's say you get 10 people an hour, let's just say for like easy math.
Yeah.
If you get a $6 tip from everybody, whether their bill was $100, which 20% would be a $20 tip,
Yeah.
not $6, so now they're like literally like 6% would be your tip.
Yeah.
Or if their bill's like $1.50 and they tip you $6, you just made $60 an hour.
Yeah.
So do you expect the 20%, or do you just expect people to tip you off of your service? Well, I'll let you answer that, and then I'll go into my point.
Thanks.
Because it kind of depends on like your answer.
I think that 20% is standard.
On
Like,
everything?
let me cook. I think that 20% is standard.
On everything?
However, if I'm giving you like terrible service, like if I show
Like
up
the
at
dessert people?
if I show up at your table, like wants to take your drink, wants to take your order, wants to give you the bill. Like if I'm not like checking in, like
Grinding.
hey, like, yeah, back to the grind. You got to be grinding 24/7. You have to grind. You're just not in that mindset.
Yeah, no,
like you're
no
not.
sleep.
You're not in the same
Sleep
mindset
when you're
as
dead.
I am. Okay, if you were in the
Yeah.
same mindset as I am, you wouldn't be where you are right now.
Schizophrenia.
But no, it's like I think 20% is standard, but I think that it is also based on service. Like I said, if I'm just showing up at your table to just like take your order and that's it. Like if I'm not checking in, like, hey, like, is there anything I can get you? Can I get you a refill? Can I get you guys more bread? How's everything tasting? Like anything I could do for you guys. I feel like if it's like 20%, I feel like is standard. If I give you like dog shit service, okay, yeah, sure, I deserve the less than like 20% tip. However, if I'm going like above and beyond for you, I'm sweating my ass off. My section is like swamped, and you're just asking me for like the most bizarre things. You're mad high maintenance. I think that you should be tipping more than 20%. Like I had a table the other day that was like, so we give bread with our table, like bread and butter, and
I have to look something up.
go for it. We give like bread and butter with our service, and I had a table that I did all the, can I get you guys anything to drink other than water? I took their order, asked them how everything was, asked them if they wanted to do dessert. But before their like entrees came out or whatever, one of the guys walks up to me and was like, hey, can you do me like a huge favor? Can you like throw some butter on both sides of the bread and toast it for me? And he's like, my boss is a really good tipper. Red flag number one. If anybody says they're a good tipper, they're probably not an actually like a good tipper. Yeah, so he's like, "Can you throw some bread in the oven with like butter on both sides for me? Like my boss is a really good tipper." So I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we do that. Like we butter both sides of the bread, throw like 4 slices in the oven for them to toast it. I bring it out to them. End of the bill, 20%. 20% is standard. So I can't be like mad about the 20%. But it's like stuff like that. If you're being just like high maintenance and like you're like I'm going like above and beyond for you. I mean, I'm not doing, backflips and cartwheels across the restaurant, but like, you know what I mean? Like that was a question.
Are you asking me if I know what you
Yes,
mean?
that was a
Okay.
question. But it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like like I said, I mean, I think 20% is standard. Plus, if you're going to say that you're a good tipper and you leave 20%, you're not a good tipper. 20% is standard.
So that brings me to my next question. So if you have 10 people, let's say, and I just use that because it's easy math.
We know you can't do math. Go
I
ahead.
can't do math, dude. As a carpenter, I should probably know how to do math.
Probably.
But we have calculators. Failed educational system. So you have 10 people.
Yeah.
They all order like, I don't know, appetizers,
Sure.
right? So like, we'll say $10 for an appetizer. 10 people, $100.
Sure.
Do you expect a $20 tip?
Yeah. Not expect, but like I said, I feel like 20% is standard.
And I asked that because I said 10 people. So that's only $2 a person.
Yeah.
So do you expect more because it's a bigger party?
No, I don't. I always like whenever I'm like serving a big party, like because I've had like parties that will like split the split the tab between like 6 or 7 cards, and they will all leave me like 20% on their portion.
Which is the same thing as a total of 20%.
No, see,
So who can't do math now?
No, it's not, buddy.
No, it is, buddy.
No, it's not, buddy.
Okay, cook.
If it's a large table, most restaurants will already accommodate for a large table or like a large party, like auto
party
gratuity.
tip,
Auto gratuity. We do tables of 6 or more, and I've had tables that will, what?
Nothing, go.
I've had tables that will split like the tip, like big tables. They'll split or not split the tip. They'll split the tab like 6 or 7 ways on different credit cards, and then they'll all leave me a tip. I will say on parties, on like bigger parties where it's like already got like the auto grat 20%, I don't expect a tip.
So you're saying that if you go in at a party, you don't have to tip separately because it's already added to the bill.
Yeah, like me personally, like if I have a bigger table and say their tab is $1,000 for easy math, $1,000. What's 20% of $1,000?
Something like $200.
So yeah,
Close.
so the auto grat will be $200. I don't expect another tip off of that. If they leave me one, hey, love ya, thanks Pookie, but I don't expect another tip. There's already the 20% auto grat is on there. Like I'm not gonna be upset if I don't get a separate tip.
So pretty much what you're saying is 20%.
20%, yes, is standard. Like I said, I do feel like it's a little bit based off of like service though, because it's like if I'm giving you like awful service, like okay, yeah, like I don't,
Because if you go in and you're on just like a date or whatever, it's like the two of you.
yeah,
If all you get, if you come to my table once and I'm ready and I'm like, yeah, we'll take like a bottle of wine. We want this for an appetizer. And then we're each going to get like 2 fillets with like lobster on the side, whatever. Like the bill's
Yeah.
like $500
Yeah.
total, but you only had to go there one time. Do you still expect $100 tip on a $500 bill for 2 people? Like this is obviously like super high on like
Yeah.
Nobu, like,
Yeah.
but because you only went there once, so you can't really tell if it was good service because all you had to do was literally go there one time, and the food is outrageously expensive.
yeah.
So do you still expect the $20 tip even though you literally were at that table for 2 minutes?
Are you asking like me personally.
I guess
Because like I said, I would go back to the table like multiple times because that's what I do. Like if somebody orders like an appetizer and then an entree, I'll go there once. Like because I've had tables that are like we can order like we'll order everything right now like because I can course it out. So I've had tables that will like I'll course it out for them. They order appetizers, they order entrees, and they'll order all at once. But I go back to the table multiple times to be like, hey. Refills, how's the appetizer tasting? And then after I ask that, usually I'll be like, all right, sounds good. Cause obviously you're not going to like fire it all at the same time. I will usually like keep an eye, and when they're almost done with their appetizers, I'll fire their entrees. I'll usually be like, how are the appetizers tasting? Whatever they say, I'll respond to, and then I'll be like, I got your guys' entrees working right now. They should be coming out pretty soon.
And I get that that's like, that is good service because you keep going, you asking them if they're okay, but like you're not actually doing anything, and it's not your fault. It's just them being like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
So like you don't actually do anything. You literally take their order all at one time.
Yeah.
And then and that's another thing. A lot of I don't know how it is at your restaurant, but dude, the reason that I hate going out is another thing that I hate going out to eat is because like, and I'm gonna straight up throw Betos under the bus on this because I know you know exactly what I'm gonna say. We go in there, we're seated by one person, our drink order's taken by another person, our food order's taken by another person, and then 3 different people take it out, like bring it out to us. And then our original person who took our drinks is the one that like gives us our bill at the end or gives us the check or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like, no, I'm not tipping you 20%. I saw you for 3 seconds. You sat me down, and then somebody else took my drink order, somebody else took my food order, and then, like I said, 2 or 3 other people brought out my food. So who's this tip going to? Because I'm not tipping all of you 20%.
No, they probably have a tip pool.
Which is stupid.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that because I've been a part of a tip pool. It's not fun.
And like, again, I get like the whole, like, if you can go out to eat, what are you, whatever. But it's stupid. Like, and then like the serve yourself places. Like,
No, I will say I will say like not to cut you off, sorry to cut you off, but like as a server, pretty much all of the money that I make is tips. But it's like if you're going to like a little coffee shop and their like my job is like to give you like good service. Like that's my job. So if I go above and beyond and like I give you good service, I feel like I should be rewarded for giving you good service, and I make all of my money off tips. So like if I'm giving you like above and beyond service, like I'm not like if I'm just like an order taker, I feel like it's like that's my job is kind of like to take your order. But if I'm doing like a lot for you, like I'm getting you refills, I'm checking in on you all the time, like I'm going above and beyond my actual job of just taking your order, I feel like I deserve to be rewarded at the end of that. But if I feel like if you're going into like a coffee shop like Starbucks and their whole job is to make coffee, then they ask for a tip on the back end of it that they don't even get. The restaurant just gets it. Like they don't even get the tip half the time. So it's like if you're going into like, and it's not just Starbucks, it's like other coffee shops too. I feel like tipping culture has like
ridiculous.
Even as a waiter, I do feel that tipping culture has gotten a little out of hand. Because it's like, dude, everybody is like asking for a tip now, and it's not the worker's fault. Like you can't blame the worker. Like it's a corporation's fault. Like why are you like incorporating a tipping system? Just pay your like staff a livable wage, and you wouldn't have to ask for tips on the back end.
Well, a lot of the time, I feel like it's also because like Starbucks never used to do that.
No,
and they were one of the better paid. Like I'll even like put them in the pool of like fast food, like Starbucks, Dunkin',
yeah,
like bigger chain places.
Yeah,
they never used to do that.
No,
and they've always been like one of like the better paying. Like, cause you get insurance as part time, you get student like reimbursement.
Yeah,
like it's just a better like package. So I feel like they hopped on the trend because everybody else is doing it, but 2, I feel like a lot of it is the employees are asking for it. Cause like even like
I can't say whether
like my first job, we've asked. It was like a little hot dog stand or whatever, but we asked our owner if we could put out a tip jar, and he said no.
But that's what I'm saying, because it's like if you were to just get paid like a decent wage, you wouldn't. I can almost guarantee you guys wouldn't have like asked for the tip jar. Plus, I feel like one of the reasons that he said no to the tip jar, because I also worked there, was because he wasn't going to be getting any of those tips.
Yes.
If it was like a lockbox tip jar where only he could open it, I guarantee you he probably would have said yes.
Probably. But that brings me back to the next question, which I know I'm just ripping you with questions. So you say like it's based on the service.
Yeah.
So it's not based on the food price. It should just be 20%.
I think so, yeah.
So what about those coffee places that, yes, their entire job is to make you coffee,
Yeah.
but then you're sitting in like it's like a little like uppity place, like whatever, super expensive coffee. I mean, that's everywhere.
Yeah.
But like it's just like a coffee atmosphere. Like it's a coffee house, like
Yeah.
an actual coffee house
Yeah.
where somebody brings you your coffee and
Yeah.
your $18 scone.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you still tip them even though you could have taken 2 steps to your right and gotten that coffee off the counter if they just put it there? Or because they literally walked around the counter and put it on your table,
Well, then
you tip them?
no.
Why not? It's the
I
same
probably
thing as being a server.
No, it's not. No, it's
I mean,
not.
in your words, what you just said, as long as I give you good service, which if you really think about it, I'm not knocking like the service industry at all. I'm just saying, like, if we're playing like semantics here,
It's a big word for Elmo.
big word for Elmo, you're literally bringing them food. You're taking their order and you are bringing them food, and that is all you are doing. No, it does not matter how many times you go back to the table.
Yeah.
As long as you take their order and you bring them the right food, you did your job.
Yeah.
So, like you said, like you expect 20%. And I'm not like trying to roast you or anything. I'm just saying, like, because I get this from a lot of people that I ask that have either worked or do work in the service industry with the whole like tipping culture now, and like everything is just extraordinarily expensive, like no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So you get them their food.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you take their order, you bring their food to their table, you're done.
Yeah.
How is that different than at a coffee shop, them taking your coffee order and then bringing it to your table? Because it's the exact same thing in layman's terms.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
But you just said no to tip them, but you expect a tip of at least 20%.
if I am giving you good service, which I think that good service is going back to the table, checking in multiple times. I said earlier that if I'm only going to your table like one time, that's not good service.
So
kind of like the coffee house, like if they're going and like dropping off food at your table, like you said, they walk around the corner, they drop it off. They're just stopping at the table one time. Like if I'm giving bad service like that, I don't expect, a great tip, but I lost what I was going to say.
Well, what if they come to your table and just ask, like,
Oh,
can I get you more coffee?
That's what I was going to say, because I knew you were going to say that. Would I leave a tip for them? Maybe.
Don't say it just because you're on camera.
No, I honestly don't know, because most coffee shops are not like that, because you pay for one cup and none of them have free refills. So nobody's going to just walk up to the counter and be like, hey, can I make you another $9 latte for free? But no, I don't think it's the same. Plus, I feel like just me, like in general, being in the service industry, like I understand how it is. If I go to a restaurant and I get sat in a section that is just being blown up with tables, I also like, I think that, they're not going to be giving me like all of their attention, and I don't expect that. They have 9 other tables that they have to serve. I'm just another table in their section. Okay. I don't expect terrible service, but I don't expect you to jump through hoops for me, and I'm not going to ask you to do a million different things because your section is being blown up. But I also I feel like part of the tip would be kind of determined on like if they're moving. You know what I mean? Like because I kind of see them like busting their ass to like cover their entire section. If you have like 10 tables and everybody's getting terrible service because like the server's just like, slowly going to the table, not moving with like any type of urgency, I feel like that kind of like does affect their tip, because it's like, you're not busting ass. Like, dude, you got a section that's full right now. Like, you got to move.
Yeah, but like you just said, like they can't be at your every beck and call because they have a million tables. But then you being in the service industry, you understand that. But somebody who's not might think that that's bad service because, I mean, not all restaurants are built the same. So, like, you might have some tables over here. Like, your sections might be cut this way. And then there's a wall here. So you have like 3 tables over here and like 5 tables over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they don't see that. They just see that you're not like trying because they're the only people on this side when the other side has 9 tables.
Yeah.
So you can't like, I don't know. I think that it's just like, I think tipping should just be gone. Like you should just pay like a decent wage.
I don't disagree with you because like
and
a
tipping's
lot of
done.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you because a lot of like other countries, like a lot of other countries, like most other countries, don't have a tipping culture. Like they just pay their waiters like a livable wage, and nobody tips on the back end because it's like you don't have to because they're getting paid. That's why, like, I will say like a lot of like people that are not from this country who will like come and eat at the restaurant, like say they're like in from a different country, they came to say Chicago and they come into the restaurant, like, I'm not going to be mad if, like, I don't get, it's kind of like what you were saying, like what we were talking about earlier and how you're brought up. I'm not going to be mad if I don't get, like, an amazing tip from somebody that's not from this country because it's not how they were brought up and they don't like, a lot of them don't understand the tipping culture and, like, that's how I make my living because where they're from, the people just, like, they don't have to tip. Like, they make their living off of what they're being paid.
But how do you know they're from a different country?
I mean, sometimes you don't, but sometimes you can tell. Like, I'm just saying, though, like, I'm not going to be mad if, you know, like, if somebody is from, like, France and they come over here and they don't leave me a tip. I actually don't know France's, like, tipping culture, if they have a tipping culture or not. I just, like, it was the first country that popped up in my head. But I'm just saying, like, it's just, it's kind of like how they were brought up. But I don't disagree with you. Like, I kind of agree. But yeah, no, like, I don't, like I said, I feel like tipping should be determined off the service. But kind of one thing that you brought up earlier about, like not even the quality of the food. Dude, I've had people get mad at me because they don't like their food.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
First of all, you read the menu. You read the description.
Yeah.
You picked it out. Second of all, you see me running my ass around this restaurant. I'm not in the back with the fucking pans cooking up your rigatoni vodka. Like,
I don't understand that either. Like, that's why, like, I'll never tip off of the food. Like, that's one thing that I'll just never do. Like you just said, like, I ordered it. It says on the menu what's in there.
yeah.
Most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't.
It's just like, here's your bowl of noodles. Good luck.
yeah.
Like, but no, like, most of the time it tells you, like, exactly what's in there.
Yeah.
If you forgot to order it without sour cream, or if you forgot to order, like, your burger without mayo, like, you can't be mad at me because you don't know how to read.
Yeah.
Like, and that was, like, one of my big things when
You worked at the hot dog stand?
when we worked at the hot dog stand, because,
Yeah.
like, dude, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I would just tell people, like, you're an idiot. Like, just order it the way that you should order it, and I'll make it the way that you want me to make it.
Yeah.
Because, like, they'd order it, and then they'd come up, like, halfway, like, after I'm done, like, building a burger, and they're like, I didn't want mayonnaise on that. I'm like, then you should have said it because you're getting mayo, buddy, and now you're getting extra.
Yeah.
Because that's just annoying.
Or those people.
I used to do that all the time.
Or those people that are like, yeah, so this is my first time here. I have a peanut allergy, a shellfish allergy. I'm gluten-free. I'm a vegetarian. I'm a vegan. Go take a bite off the fucking tree outside. I don't know. We don't have anything for you here. We go eat the grass that's on the front lawn. I don't know what to tell you.
My favorite part, or my favorite thing when, like, on this topic is when people are like, oh, what do you recommend? Because, like, where we worked, dude, we had, like, venison burgers and, like,
Yeah.
ostrich burgers. So, like,
Yeah.
it was, like, dude, it was all super good. Like, they had great food. Well, people would be like, oh, what do you recommend? And I'm like, oh, an ostrich burger. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Then just order the hot dog that you were going to order.
And get out.
And get out.
What do you recommend? Getting out. Getting
Yeah.
out of my restaurant.
Like, just leave.
Like,
I would just be like, dude, are you kidding me?
yeah. Or they'll, like, that's why anytime, like, people will ask me for recommendations when I'm at work, I always ask them what they're looking for. Because we have a lot of stuff, not a lot of stuff, but we have, like, a different variation of, like, foods. Like, we have, like, pastas, we have steaks, we have, like, chicken. I always ask them what they're looking for. Because if somebody asks me what I recommend and I say a chicken parm, and they're like, "Oh, I was looking for noodles."
Then why didn't you just order noodles?
Exactly. That's why I always ask them whenever they ask for my recommendation or what I like. I ask them what they're looking for.
Dude, it like actually gets me aggravated when people ask that. Because like you know what you want. You just want me to tell you what you want.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to like, oh, I recommend this. Oh, I wanted this. Okay, then you knew what you wanted. Don't ask me what to get.
Yeah.
And then get what you wanted anyways. Like that, you just wasted my time.
Yeah.
And then now I'm spitting in your food.
Yeah.
Like that's just annoying.
Your steak is coming out still mooing.
Yes, it's still rare. It's frozen.
But
Sorry.
like I will never send food back either, by the way. I just won't. Like I won't do it.
Oh no, dude, I'll order like a chicken parm and they can give me like a goose egg. I'll be like, bro, it's perfect. I
Perfectly
love it.
cooked.
Love it. Like it's fantastic.
Dude,
Here's your 60% tip.
It just feels so
I'm leaving.
awkward.
It does.
It just feels so awkward.
Okay, so I used to only do it because I can't stand sour cream. Like
Yeah.
I'll throw up.
Yeah.
Like it's gross.
Yeah.
And like if I'm spending money on it, I want to eat it, even if it's not what I ordered.
Yeah.
So I'll even be like, yeah, so I ordered this without sour cream. And it would be the completely wrong dish. And I'd be like, I ordered this without sour cream. And then they would take it back and give me the wrong order again without sour cream, and I'd eat it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right. But yeah, dude, I didn't care. Like,
Yeah, dude, I can't send food back. It's just, it feels so awkward.
it does. I don't understand like how people are like, no, I ordered this steak medium rare, and it's like kind of medium rare. Remake it.
I know.
Just eat it.
Or like kind of, or like I've had somebody that was like they've ordered a steak and I was like, how would you like that cooked? And they're like, kind of pink. So would that be like medium? And I'm like, you're gonna order a steak and you don't even know what
you don't even
temperature
know-
you want it
dude.
at. Like you don't know the temperatures.
That's also just like, it's a sin if you get a well done steak.
It's like chewing on a boot.
Bro, no. You deserve the chair. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care like what you've eaten your whole life. If you order a steak well done, I am burning it. If I'm the cook and I see that, I'm just not making you food. You can't order a steak well done. The only like red meat, I would say probably the only type of red meat that you can get well done is a burger.
Even then though.
But like that's like acceptable.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. Like cuz I've worked in back of house and every time you have a steak that comes through that's well done, everybody makes fun of them.
Cuz it's stupid. I hate those people.
Another thing that he hates.
We're checking them all off the list
It's
today.
just a very hateful episode.
Very, very. Chicken parm's the way to go, though. A little bit of everything. Best of every world.
I love a chicken parm. I'll throw it back for a chicken parm.
I'll do unspeakable things. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
But see, when I get the chicken parm, ours comes with spaghetti because most chicken parms come with spaghetti.
That's how you make a chicken parm.
Yes. I substitute the spaghetti for the mashed taters.
Under the chicken parm?
No. Like our chicken parm, it'll come.
Like on a bed of spaghetti.
No. The spaghetti's like on the
it's
side.
separate?
It's separate. It's like
Okay.
on the side. But dude, I substitute the spaghetti for them mashed taters. Unspeakable things, dude. I'll
Potatoes?
get butt naked and throw it back for that.
Bro, you get butt naked for like to poop.
I do get butt naked.
That's so weird to me. You got to stop doing that with your sweaty hands.
It's
and
just
being
more
stop being weird.
It's just more comfortable.
You're just a weird person.
It's just
Stop.
more comfortable.
No, it's not. It's weird.
Have you ever pooped butt naked?
No, but I'm not about to try it either.
Why not?
Because no, it's
It's
weird.
so much more comfortable.
Where he like strips down, covers himself in baby oil.
Everything slips out easier if you're covered in baby oil.
Puts on the slow music with a candle. And then just absolutely lights up my bathroom.
Yup. Yes, I do.
It takes like an hour and a half to poop. This is way more than you guys need to know, but still.
But like you've never stripped down to poop.
No.
You've never had one of those like poops that you thought was going to be like the last poop you ever took. It was going to take you out and you get like butt naked and you're sweating and you're like gripping onto the sink, like holding on for dear life. And you're like, suddenly I believe in God again. Like
No.
Like please God, take this pain away from me.
No.
You've never had one of those
I've had
poops.
those poops, but I didn't get butt naked for it.
It's just better. It's more comfortable. Even if it's not
Do
one
you
of
do it in like a public bathroom?
Absolute. No, that's a crime. Absolute. I also don't poop in public. Dude, I had to poop yesterday. It was one of those poops. I had to poop yesterday in public and I had to poop at the gym and I didn't have my baby wipes on me. Bro, it was a major L. Major
Bro,
L.
just poop on the floor at that point.
It was terrible. But anywho, that's about all we got for this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in.
It.
What?
Way to end it.
Talk about poop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho. But yeah, that's all we got this week. If you want to follow us on, Insta, TikTok, all that good. I just spit everywhere. That was so gross. If you want to follow us on all that stuff, it'll be down below in the description. So please give us a follow.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you. Okay. See you
I'll
next
kill
week.
your family.
That's getting cut. See you next week.